Good evening. Welcome to the highlights of the second of the Benson Hedges World Series Cup matches in this 1985-86 summer. This game, the first of the double-header between New Zealand and India, played at the Gabba. The conditions absolutely perfect so far as the two teams were concerned. A temperature of around about 31 degrees forecast, not a cloud in the sky. And the way the Benson Hedges World Series Cup points table looked was this. One match played so far, 1 point for Australia and 1 for New Zealand for that game in Melbourne the other day, which was eventually washed out. The New Zealanders today went in with Blair and McSweeney. They've still left out Jeff Crow and Snedden. They're not completely recovered from injury, and Bracewell was made 12th man. And India have Shivaramakrishnan as 12th man. They're playing both spinners here on this small ground. That might, in the end, turn out to be something of a problem. We pick up play now after Kapil Dev has sent New Zealand into bat. It's the second over, 4 runs on the board. Right is facing Binney, your commentator Bill Laurie, and with him is Tony Gregg.
Nice bit of swing, but straying down the leg side. Bat and pad on that occasion from right.
Yes, that little bit of swing can cause problems for the fielding side.
It's the leg gully brought in for the in-swing to the left-hander. They're making the change with the ball swinging down the leg side.
That one was chipped in the air, and while it went wide of that man, that leg gully, it was in the air. 2 for that shot.
Straying to the leg side and been put nicely away. Very good start by the New Zealanders. Very positive, sensible batting.
And 6 runs from this over so far, which means it's going to be a good over for New Zealand. That swing causing the ball to be hit away on the leg side, because that's where it's swinging to.
John Wright faces Roger Binney.
Got him. Yes, caught behind. A good delivery. That was the one that went straight on. Good piece of bowling by Roger Binney, and he breaks through for India.
Yes, that was the perfect line. He bowled far too straight. On that occasion, pitching just outside off stump, and a big edge there from Wright. Notice the delivery here. Perhaps just going straight on rather than spinning, but a huge head taken by Saeed Kimani, the wicketkeeper, and the Indians have struck. John Wright is out for just 2, and the bowler is Binney.
Binney to Crow.
Well bowled and beautifully played. He'll beat mid-off. Sweetly timed. It races away to the fence. First boundary of the morning.
Yes, the feature of that shot was its placement. Straight into the gap at extra cover. There was some swing here, but have a look at that. Lovely stroke through the gap at extra cover. And the diving fieldsman there, who is Yadav, couldn't get anywhere near it.
Again, he finds the gap. Feature of his play on the Melbourne cricket ground.
What a throw. Right over the top of the stump. Shrikant, the fieldsman down there.
Roger Binney comes in now to bowl to Edgar.
Off the edge and wide of Gavaskar at second slip. Binney has bowled pretty well to the left-handers. He's already got rid of Wright and almost disposed of Edgar on that occasion.
There's just a little bit of movement off the seam there, and even though that didn't go quickly to Gavaskar, it would have been difficult for him to pick up there because it was just played late. He was looking to just ease it away on the onside, and Sonny may have just got a finger to that. But certainly it's been a very good spell of bowling by Binney to these left-handers.
Kapil Dev is going off with figures of none for 7 from 5 very accurate overs. He's being replaced by Chetan Sharma. Binney was a little more expensive, but he got the wicket of John Wright. That's a great shot from Martin Crowe. The ball wasn't all that far down leg slide. Timed it magnificently.
As we saw in the test matches, that Chetan Sharma, an aggressive little character. Doesn't mind dropping it in short, always trying something, but they're wandering onto the leg stump of Martin Crowe, and that was a beautiful shot.
Once again, he does exactly the same, and that was off a no ball. That's an example of the intelligence of this man. He didn't try to hit too many boundaries in Melbourne. He realises this is a smaller ground and there'll be more boundaries around. What a marvellous player he is.
Chetan Sharma to Crowe.
And Chetan Sharma responds by bowling a very wide one outside off stump. And Martin Crowe shows his versatility by smashing that over point and bringing up the 50.
Mahinda Ramanath to Edgar.
Instead,
Trouble here if he hits. Beautiful pick-up and not a bad throw because he's a bit off balance.
Yes, and never really won in that. Dig the toenails in and back. Whoa, if that had hit, certainly would have been out by a metre. Kamani did very well to get a hand on that.
And Crowe's in trouble. Well, 2 near run-outs in that over. Ramanath, the shrug of the shoulders.
Yes, that's 2 in about 3 deliveries. Crowe really backing up. Kapil Dev, the throw back. It's pretty good. And I think there's a little bit of discrepancy at that stage. That's when not quite in. Well, it's a hard one. He wouldn't be an umpire for quids.
Chetan Sharma to Crowe. Beautiful stroke. Outfield is quite quick. Perhaps he didn't time that as well as it appeared at first. But he picks up 3 runs all the same. And up comes the 50 partnership. 62 on the board now. Mahinda Ramanath to Edgar. It's a little bit of pressure added to the bowlers there. The fielders throwing the ball into the turf and the bowler's a little bit short.
Martin Crowe, as he did in Melbourne, scoring very quickly.
It's in the air. This could be out. He's missed it. Well, Roger Binney down there running around towards his right. And at the end of the day, I thought he should have caught that one. And what a wicket that would have been for the Indians.
Yes, Roger Binney, slow-moving fieldsman. Picked it up early, but didn't really put in the big ones. And then finally, didn't quite get there, just touched the tip of the fingers. And to rub salt into the wounds, the ball crashed into the square leg fence for 4.
That one cut into the gap this time, but there's a man sweeping at deep extra cover. That's Mohammad Azharuddin. That brings up the 50 for Martin Crowe. Another good innings by him for New Zealand. 1 for 93. It's well played into the gap, and that one's running away down to the boundary. They won't be able to get to it. What a magnificent shot. And Martin, that's Bruce Edgar leaning back and timing it magnificently into the gap on that occasion.
One must always remember that Edgar and Wright were good openers in that Test series as well. And Edgar continuing with that good form in this one-day competition. Smashes that through point for 4. Run rate 4.6. Great launching pad for the New Zealanders with 9 wickets in hand.
So it's 4.6 runs per over. Oh, that's beautifully played. Roger Binney will just cut that one off inside the boundary down a deep extra cover. And what a throw this is, right over the top. Just a little high, but he's got a strong arm.
You can't place a field for bad balls. That was a bad ball by Ramanath, far too short. That brings up the 50 for Bruce Edgar. A very valuable campaigner for the New Zealanders. Plenty of experience.
Ravi Shastri has bowled pretty well. This is his third over, no wicket for 7. His figures. The commentators now Ian Chappell, and with him is Keith Stackpole.
Thanks, Tony. Really are seeing some marvellous batting here, and some brilliant running between wickets, and a little bit of annoyance and frustration for the Indians. Crowe and Edgar really starting to get on top of the Indians. And a great sweep shot. He's hit that right in the middle, giving Srikanth absolutely no chance at all.
It's an unusual sweep shot, that one. It was perhaps just a little short of him, but it really was hit with a flat bat. Brett running practically right along the ground, taking it just on the bounce, just missing Mel Johnson there, and it gave the fieldsman behind square leg no chance whatsoever. That was a beautiful shot from Martin Crowe.
Shout there from Shastri. That was his 7th for Martin Crowe, and I would say probably his best timed shot.
This was timed to perfection. Makes it difficult to a bowler like Shastri when you're strong off the back foot. Good driver, plus also you can sweep very well.
In the air and down. Vengsaka, Kepel Dev, in fact it is. That, extra cover, got his hands on that one, but it was an extremely difficult chance. He had to dive a long way.
Listen, for a moment, Ian, I thought it stuck. Just short of Crowe, he went for it, and in and out. Disappointment for the Indians there.
And some good bowling this over by Shastri. He's responding well to the challenge from Crowe. And amazingly, they picked up 2 for that shot.
Still managing to pick up runs. Gavaskar's throw comes into Shastri, has a push at the stumps there. But Bruce Edgar, with that good running between the wickets, collected another couple of runs.
That is well hit. That would be a ground rule double in baseball. 1 bounce over the fence for 4, and it went like a baseball hit.
It was a stunningly successful shot by Martin Crowe. The ball dropped short, Crowe picking up the length of it so quickly. And look at the direction that the ball finally travelled in. It went really out through a wide mid-on area almost, not the traditional pull through mid-wicket square leg. Pretty short from Amarnath, and at a fairly gentle pace, and Crowe never bothered to run too far for it.
Getting himself in a bit of a tangle there, and his innings comes to an end. Caught and bowled by Amarnath. In fact, it was a good piece of bowling by Amarnath, but a magnificent innings from Martin Crowe, his 2nd consecutive 70 in this competition.
And Martin Crowe there, you see, backing outside the leg stump to give himself a bit of room, and in the end not getting his feet into position and just getting himself in a real tangle with the length of that delivery, and a fairly straightforward catch back to Jimmy Amarnath. What a great knock, though. Martin Crowe's 2nd successive score of 70 during this B&H World Cup series. Crowe out for 76, and New Zealand in the 30th over, 2 for 142.
He's a very fit young man, Bruce Edgar. He's maintained this running pace right throughout his innings. We're now in the 33rd over, and it's very hot in Brisbane. Takes a few deep breaths, gathers his thoughts, and then on with the job. That's well hit, and it's nicely placed just wide of Amarnath. 9 runs off that over. New Zealand 2 for 164.
And he's bowled, aiming to hit away on the offside. John Reid is out. He's made 11. The 3rd wicket goes down at 171. This is in the 35th over. There's just under 15 overs still to go.
He's comprehensively bowled. Now Shastri copping a fair bit of stick at this stage. At last he gets some little joy. And now Richard Hadley comes to the crease. 3 for 179.
Indians have regrouped a little since Martin Crowe was out. He had them under enormous pressure. Got it together a bit better now with their fielding. Oh, that's gone many a mile.
Well, Richard Hadley can count to 3, block 2 and slog the 3rd. That was a magnificent hit. Brought the crowd to its feet here. Just swallowed as if, well, it's just another shot in the repertoire of Richard Hadley, but he does like that bottom hand. Tugged that one high and hard through mid-wicket.
There's a chance for Van Sarker, providing he's 48 feet tall. As it is, it's just a matter of signalling the 6. 2 of those to Hadley now. 2 tremendous blows. And it's 3 for 189. Kapil Dev, the man with all the problems out there at the moment.
One back for 2, bad fielding 2, another misfield. Well, the Indians looking very sloppy. Amarnath, the man on that occasion. Kapil Dev can't believe it. Yadav gets the penalty on the scoreboard against his name. But Hadley, powerful off drive, that one. Beats the short man at mid-off. Amarnath dives. And
there's a chance for Amarnath. He holds it safely. But Hadley's done his job. He made a very quick 22 out there. Just at the right time. 4 down now for 196. Can the New Zealand latter order keep up the impetus?
well, Hadley goes 4 for 196.
It's into the gap. It's split the field beautifully. 2 fellas rushing towards it and both getting within a couple of yards of the ball, but it still beat them into the boundary.
Well, Kapil Dev showing signs of frustration there. Certainly not going his way.
And he's bowled. Kapil Dev comes back, takes the wicket. And 5 out now. So India are through to the start of the New Zealand tail.
Oh, what a beautiful breakthrough. The in-swinger hitting outside the line, knocking the leg stump back. And Edgar's out for 75. So great breakthrough by Kapil Dev. It's 5 for 209. And Blair gets that one away nicely. And what a start. Put that one nicely off the ankles for a boundary. Blair, a bit of a reputation of being able to get the runs along at a fairly rapid rate. That'll give him confidence. Well, 3 men inside the circle on the offside, a backward point cover and mid-off.
He's clubbed that one way straight down the ground. No chance for the man at long on or long off to get across there. And Kapil Dev is very frustrated out there. The arms are going and the hands are wafting around and the shoulders are shrugging.
No man of shrugging of the shoulders is going to help this.
Well, they couldn't get the extra for the overthrow, but it was well run.
The pressure throw is up, a pretty hot one to Yadav, a little to his left. It was Blair running so far past the wicket he couldn't get back to make it a second. Coney wanted it.
Azruddin, safe hands. Good fielder. Coney's gone. 6 down now for 223, and India back in the game.
As the tail explodes, Coney goes for 11. Lofted shot, trying to boost the scoring rate. Azruddin takes good running catch. Yadav gets the break. 6 for 223 in the 42nd over.
Chetan Sharma and McSweeney is taking strike.
Got him straight through the bat. And McSweeney is out clean bowled for 6, and the Indians hitting back in these final overs.
Yeah, so that was bang on target. Just a little bit of swing there. McSweeney hitting across the line, and the dreaded noise comes from behind him. That hit around about middle and leg, and that's the end of McSweeney. A wicket to Sharma, and New Zealand now slumping a little bit. 7 for 238.
Chetan Sharma to Blair.
It's a big hit. It's going over towards the long on, and over she goes. Blair showing that he can match Hadley in the 6th department.
Yeah, lovely shot, that one. Right into the slot it was, and that's the place to hit them as they swing in. Smash them over wide mid-on.
Couple div from the Clem Jones stand end. Continues. In the air, Gavaskar drops it. Oh dear, oh dear. A plum pudding catch, didn't move in. Down goes a sitter.
Yes, that really was a very straightforward catch. Very easy. Very surprising to see Gavaskar do this. Flicked in the air, and it looked as if he perhaps thought it was going to come to him a little quicker. He ended up trying to catch it just above the ground, and it looked as if it hit him on the end of the fingers.
Chetan Sharma to bowl the final over. Got him. The Yorker gets the desired result once again. It's 8 for 254.
Yes, this is a good ball to bowl in the one-day games. You can't beat them, in fact. Have a look at it. Right up in the block hole. A good Yorker this. The batsman, obviously, the big back lift, trying to hit it away, but that was out neck and crop. Comprehensively bowled. 8 for 254.
Chetan Sharma to Blair.
Well played. Swinging Yorker put down the ground. Coming back for the second. This is going to be close. Yes, he's out. Going for the second run. Stephen Buck run out without scoring. Good throw. Gave the bowler every chance.
Yes, I think he's got him covered here by quite a long way. The bails flicked off there, and that time the umpire in a good position to judge when the bails came off, and regrettably for Stephen Bock, he disappears off the ground with some company.
Well, it was a fine performance by New Zealand, 9 for 259, and also a good one by India to get through the 50 overs. They only just made it, but they saved themselves a hefty penalty there for not reaching that figure. 9 for 259, New Zealand. The top score there, Martin Crowe 76 and Bruce Edgar 75. Their partnership 130 in only 26 overs. A marvellous effort, and Crowe once again in brilliant form. It just fell away a little bit towards the end, but they can be well satisfied with having offered India the opportunity to make 260 to win in their full 50 overs. 5.2 per over they have to make, and that'll be no easy task. The bowling figures for India, Kapil Dev, very good. 10 overs, 1 for 28 in a total of that size. Binny 1 for 29 and Sharma 2 for 43, the latter quite expensive. Amarnath 1 for 40, and the two spinners between them had 104 taken from 17 overs, a little bit different from the test match. So India have a power-packed side as regards batting. They bat right down to number 10 and even number 11. If you'd like to look at the performances in the test match, they have every chance of making those runs, but it is a very, very big total.
Gavaskar goes for the pull shot, gets a top edge and gets the desired results. 4 runs, so the little master not waiting to pick up the pace of this pitch, immediately going into his strokes.
Well, he's taken a leaf out of the man at the other end. Srikanth would be more likely to play this sort of shot. Brings a good result, and I think just at the moment the crowd are going to have to wait a little longer before the big clash. Richard Hadley versus Chris Srikanth. That could be like the explosion of the atomic bomb. Two very big egos coming together.
It's gone again this time. Sunil Gavaskar hits a 6. It's a beauty. So Ewan Chatfield hit down over long on. So the little master says, don't worry about Srikanth, have a look at me.
And have a look at me. I mean, I really feel for Ewan Chatfield at the moment. He'd really start to choke the cricket ball at this stage. That one was a blatant shot, arrogant almost. The little fella put the foot down the track. A lot of bottom hand, drags right across the line. Everything you shouldn't do, 6 runs results.
There he goes. Too many players can play a shot like that off the back foot. Just whipped it away. 4 runs. Beautifully balanced batsman. Just whipped it off the hip. Made a difficult shot look easy.
Here's forward back, up and under, straight over square leg umpire. Not a lot of pace on that. It's a teaser actually, right the way there. But beautiful timing, beautifully balanced.
Hadley to Srikanth.
Oh, have a look at that. He likes the off drive, and it doesn't matter who it is. If it's there, he'll put it away.
Should have put down the glasses on that. He really does like to drive the ball. He's not too fussy whether he hits him in the air either. I see Richard Hadley swallowing a bit there, and as well he might. That wasn't a bad outswinger, but a magnificent shot.
Out, dropped. Well, that's the one they wanted. It was a regulation catch. And the first slip just moving to his right. He's gone for him again. That could be another one. He doesn't quite get hold of that one. 1 bounce, 2 bounces into the fence. India away to a flying start.
Chatfield to Gavaskar.
He's gone straight. He's got it placed beautifully. 4 more. Sunil Gavaskar in top flight.
Well, the crowd really loving this. It's incredible, that shot too. Not exactly out of Sir Donald Bradman's The Art of Cricket. It's a fair bit of bottom hand and hits across the line, dragging on the onside. But my goodness, how big is the middle of this man's bat? He has hit 3 magnificent shots already.
This time he's gone square. The fine leg was brought up to put that man at mid-wicket, and bang, crash. It's into the fence again.
Oh, Jeremy Coney, big taste of indigestion at the moment there. I don't think Ewan Chatfield will sleep tonight. The replays of this in his mind will be horrific. Be like a horror movie. But where do you go? There's nowhere to hide out in the middle in a match like this. It's just, you've just got to persevere.
Got him! 14 runs in the wicket. And it over from Ewan Chatfield, and he says go, but what a great start. India after 5 overs, 1 for 40. 8 runs per over. Gavaskar beaten by the full pitch.
Well, Gavaskar goes for 25 runs, 27 runs, but that was the damage done too late. 1 for 40 in the 5th.
Amarnath is taking strike. Here's Blair.
But, it's not worrying Amarnath because he's gone over the top, straight down the ground.
That is brilliant cricket and brilliant thinking.
It's a good straight hit there from Amarnath. No risk at all in that shot. And once again, he knows that Coney can only put 2 men outside the circle.
Good shot. Well, full marks to Kapil Dev because he's the man who would have worked out these tactics. May have been in conjunction with Gavaskar, who was sent out to do the job in the first instance. But Amarnath and Srikanth are playing beautifully. Gillespie to Amarnath. He's giving that a tremendous belt. Straight up onto the dog track. Well, it's Srikanth we've been looking to do all the damage here, but Gavaskar and now Mahindra Amarnath, some glorious strokes.
Gillespie pitching far too short, and although Amarnath, his first movement is onto the front foot, he's very quick to play that pull shot.
Blair to Chris Rakanth.
But he soon changed that with a magnificent straight drive. That really was a beautiful shot from Srikanth.
Now the problems come for the fielding captain, and he's going to try and get round those problems with a very dangerous piece of field placing. He's bringing in the man from deep fine leg up to save a single. He's then able to put out a man at long off, and that's why it's so dangerous, because the bowler then has to keep the ball off leg stump. Stuart Gillespie bowls to Srikanth. Great stroke. Oh. Chris Rakanth has played a glorious shot there off Gillespie. Marvellous cover drive. We'll see nothing better than that this summer.
He loves that square drive.
In the air, he's dropped it. And that brings up the 100. Well, that's the second chance that's gone down. And New Zealand is really making things difficult for themselves out there. 1 for 100.
And Stephen Bok, the culprit there at mid-wicket, picked nicely off the toes. It went to him pretty quickly. He had to go up and to his right just a little. It just had enough to force its way through.
In the air, and he's gone this time. No ball called, however. Well, the New Zealanders in this crowd will be going round the bend. They've put 2 down, then when they eventually catch one, it's a no ball.
Srikanth giving him the charge, but clearly going over that front line. And Stephen Bok there just showing that he can take a catch, although that was a lot easier. Didn't look all that confident either as he went down on both knees, getting right behind it.
That's in the air, just short of mid-on. Srikanth attempting to go berserk out here at the moment. Well, it's a little bit unlucky, that over from Gillespie. 1 for 101.
Bok to Srikanth.
That one's in the air. There's no one out at deep mid-wicket. It won't quite reach the boundary. One bounce and onto the dog track. A little mix-up there, and Srikanth not listening very well to Mahendra Amanath, although they'll end. Oh, there's a big run out here. They're all over the place. Well, Srikanth deserves all that. He got himself into a terrible tangle. He wasn't watching Amanath when he wanted what was going to be a perfectly legitimate run, and then off a misfield decided to charge down the wicket. Amanath said no, and he kept going. Well, that will be a disappointment to the crowd here, but the truth of the matter was that he should have gone in the first instance.
Yes, unfortunate, Tony. He kept his eye on the ball. Amanath was ready to go, but look how this happens. Just deflects off Bok's hand. Srikanth takes off, and in goes the throw to the wicketkeeper, and off goes the bails. Had an amazing end to a very good innings from Srikanth. He's out for 50 off 69 balls. India 2 for 137 in this 23rd over.
It's interesting to see the way that India have scored their 50s in this innings to date. Chance for a run out. Oh dear, no call as Medin kept coming, and for the second time New Zealand have broken through with a run out. Tragic bit of cricket from India's point of view. Lack of calling by an experienced cricketer.
Yes, Amarnath, and the throw back. And now we see Bok pointing to the helmeted one. That's the man I want. So, my goodness. It, Azharuddin tragically run out for 13. India 3 for 154.
Plays the spinners very well, will come down the wicket. 8 fours and 1 6. Time he cuts and he gets it away beautifully. Superbly played the late cut. That's 4. Oh, almost bowled him. In fact, it did. Yes, tried to swipe it over mid-wicket. All of a sudden, New Zealand pick up wickets rapidly. 4 for 162.
Van Sarker facing Gillespie.
It's a fine shot, but well caught. Jeremy Coney moving quickly to his left. That was a full-blooded drive, but Coney caught it easily.
Beautifully caught. New Zealand just getting back in the game here. They've forced their way back. A little bit of luck to start with the run-outs. Then some good bowling, and now the wicket. 5 for 176.
That's beautifully placed by Kapil Dev. And Crowe's moving very quickly around that boundary, but he can't cut it off.
Well, that wasn't a very good delivery from Stuart Gillespie. A full toss right on middle stump and put away very well indeed.
It's a good shot from Shastri. Crowe once again has quite a chase. And this time he just gets it, but oh, it might be a bit expensive. He's crunched into that fence. And he slumped away from the fence. I hope he's not injured. He's not. There's a smile on his face, just getting up very slowly.
Stephen Bock to Kapil Dev.
Gillespie has come in, and it bounces just behind him. What a mistake. That could cost New Zealand dearly. Gillespie's first move was to come in. Badly misjudged because that ball wasn't hit that well. Jeremy Coney can't believe his eyes. India needs 63 more to win.
Kapil Dev takes strike to Chatfield.
He's latched onto that one, and it's gone way down there, crunches into the boards down at the boundary at square leg. That was a bad delivery, way down the leg side. They've only got a man very square, and the man at fine leg is close. Have a look at this.
Beautifully put away then by Kapil Dev. Bad delivery, as you pointed out, Greggy. Got onto the pads of Kapil Dev. It was just a matter then of making contact, or of at least making sure if you didn't hit it with the bat, it made contact with the pad, because there's no fine leg down there now. Fine leg has come up to save the single. Nicely placed by Kapil Dev, going through for the second. Good throw, but not good enough. 23 runs needed now. Just saw Jeremy Coney suggest to Richard Hadley to limber up, but it may be too late.
Kapil Dev is taking strike. Hadley the bowler.
Oh, and they're certainly playing some fine shots as well. One of the world's best all-rounders, Kapil Dev, and an up-and-coming star in Ravi Shastri, doing the job. Superb touch. Changing the bowling once again. He's dropped him. Driven hard and tremendous power to cover. The bowler is Gillespie, the fieldsman right. Kapil Dev on 49.
He's going to blast his way to a half-century. And Johnny Wright couldn't hang on to it. I think the horse has bolted.
It's glorious. Square cut brings up his 50. In only 50 deliveries. It's away towards the third man fence. Well fielded by third man, just the 2 runs, 4 runs needed by India. This man, Shastri, playing beautifully off his pads. Kapil Dev, Srikanth, Amarnath, Gavaskar and Bruce Edgar.
4 men on the offside, almost inside the circle, and 3 on the onside.
Scores are level. Kapil Dev on 50, Ravi Shastri 36. He came to the crease when the score was 176 for 5. Scores level. Last ball of Hadley's over. And there's the winning runs by Kapil Dev. He moves to 54. Shastri not out 36, 4 runs. So India 5 for 263. A fine victory by the Indians. And now across to Richie Benaud.
What an onslaught and what a great victory for India, and how intelligently they played this Benson Hedges World Series Cup match. They finished up needing 260 to win, doing it with 14 balls to spare, and it was a fine performance. 5 for 263. They still had 5 wickets in hand, and a very even batting performance with only Venkata not getting to double figures. That opening stand of 40 in 5 overs was quite tremendous. 97 in 18 overs from Srikanth and Amarnath, and then an unbroken 87 in 14 overs from Kapil Dev and Shastri. 5 for 263, with Chatfield taking 1 for 51, Hadley none for 42, Blair none for 27 off only 3, and a wicket to Gillespie and 1 to Stephen Bock. That was in reply to the 9 for 259 made by New Zealand, with a top score Martin Crowe 76 and Edgar 75, with Sharma taking 2 wickets and Yadav 2. So a great performance from the Indians, and here's their skipper now, Kapil Dev. He's with Jeremy Coney, and they're talking with Tony Greig.
Thank you, Richie. The Australian Cricket Board have allocated $5,000 out of their Benson Hedges kitty for this match, and Kapil Dev and his team have taken away the $3,000 for winning the match, and what's more, Kapil Dev has also taken out this Benson Hedges gold goblet because he was the man of the match. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tremendous day for India.
Yeah,
well, you obviously did a lot of talking prior to the match, and you must have spent some time talking to Sunny Gavaskar as well, because he went out there as if he was going to do it all himself in 15 overs.
Well, he is such a batsman. He got so much time, and if he want, he can hit any bowler anywhere. I've seen a couple of times. Once in Bombay Golden Jubilee match, he started hitting John Lever and bowled him straight on very first over. He got quick 50 in no time. He's an amazing man.
The key really, I suppose, from your team's point of view, is the depth that you have, both in batting and the variation you have in bowling.
Yes, I think we had quite a long batting lineup. Still Roger, Benny, Kirmani and Chetan to come. And we have 6-7 bowlers to use it.
Congratulations today.
Thank
the whole
you
of
very
Australia looking forward to tomorrow's game.
Thanks a lot.
Good. Well, Jeremy Coney's side played very well in the initial stages, and then, unfortunately for you chaps, there it is, Jeremy, $1,500. In the middle order, you had a bit of a problem. That's where it looked as if it went wrong today.
Yeah, in the batting, you mean,
Yes.
Tony? Yes, we just lost a little bit of impetus, which I thought Martin Crowe and Bruce Edgar put together a great partnership. And then we just lost a few wickets, that's right. And then, of course, their onslaught in the first 15 overs, and we didn't chip quite enough out, did we? Right. So, and we dropped a couple of catches, which were obviously very crucial. And I think the Indians can afford to play that way with the depth in their batting.
They were almost vicious initially, weren't they?
You ask Ewan Chatfield, I think he feels a little bit that way.
That's right. Well, bad luck today, and good luck in the rest of the
Thank you very much.
All right, well, that's all from down here. Back to you, Rich.
Thanks, Tony, and a great effort from Kapil Dev won him the Man of the Match award, deservedly so. But it was a great game of cricket. More than 10,000 people turned up here at the Gabba to watch a match in which Australia were not taking part. And that says a lot for the interest of the Brisbane public and others around Australia in limited overs cricket. There were almost 40,000 people in Melbourne the other evening to watch New Zealand play Australia in that rain-marred match. Tomorrow's game is Australia against India here at the Gabba. Bear in mind for Brisbane viewers that unfortunately all tickets are sold for that game. The forecast is excellent. It's going to be 31 degrees, but no more tickets available. It's a full house. Good night.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.